Hello, as part of the development that I'm doing at the new Investor Diary blog, I'm starting to include videos to show the things that I'm trying to talk about. So today I'm going to go through what I'm learning because the Investor Diary blog is about recording my journey in learning investment and trading. I've been for a while now recording my learning in trading. I haven't done investment for a very long time. I think I've invested what I wanted to invest. So the next part or this part is actually me learning how to trade, and I'm going to record here what the developments that I'm going through in this area of trading. And mainly I trade Forex, or I'm learning how to trade Forex. So my routine starts with going through the dollar index. In my daily analysis, I go through the daily chart, the 4-hour chart, and the 1-hour chart. In the weekly analysis, during the weekend, I look at monthly, weekly, and daily as well. And I put in my journal my comments on those, on that analysis. So today is Monday, so I will not go through the dollar index because the dollar index does not give us the volumes. There are no volumes in the index. It just shows us. I use many of, or all of the indicators that I use in any pair, like the Euro USD, but I don't, of course, use the volume because volume indicators are not available in the index. So as to have a total view of what I'm doing, let's look at my routine in the Euro USD, because this is the next thing that I look at after I finish my analysis of the dollar index. Just to give you a view here, I look at this, and I haven't done a trend line here because the line is very steep, and this is not a very healthy line actually. We have I can't even call this a correction. So it's a very steep, therefore we expect it to have a deep down, or even just to continue its downward trending. And I expect actually, since this is a selling area, I drew this is OB, this is my own drawing, this is an OB area, or order block area, a selling order block area, or a bearish one, people call it this and that, and I expect that the price will fall down from here. So in my journal I wrote, let's see, and even it touched on this resistance. So touching on this resistance, being inside this order block for some time now, for the past 1, 2, 3, 4 days, it's giving me an indication that it is going down. So but I'm not here to tell you what I think about this pair is going to do or that, because I'm still learning, and I don't expect people to take any of my conclusions into consideration, and this is not why I'm here. Actually, anything that I say or suggest is not a financial advice, for many reasons. One, I cannot give one. Two, I'm still learning, so I can't really give any advices. I'm just recording what I'm learning. And for people who are beginning their journeys into trading, learning how to trade, Forex or otherwise, I'm just trying to show what are the things that I'm using. So I think this is enough explanation. Let's get into the details. So the first thing that I do in the daily analysis, what I look at first, let me tell you, I look at volume, supply and demand areas, support and resistance. Those are the trend lines, of course. And then I look at the Fibonacci, sometimes the Fibonacci extension on the ABC. There is an ABC here, maybe I will look at it. Let's see. And later on, I look at the exponential averages. I look at the RSI and the MACD sometimes. So I start drawing. The first thing that I start with, I start drawing. So if there is anything new that I want to draw, I draw it. This trend line, again, like the one in the dollar index, is a very steep decline, and I feel that there is nothing to draw here. It's extremely steep. So, and there are no tops that I can see. The school that I follow in drawing trend lines is that I take the first and the second. And to do that, I need to correct this one to become like this. So I take the first and the second lows when I'm drawing a trend line for an uptrend. Okay, and I copy that and take the copy of the line on the peak that is between the first and the second. This is the school that I follow. Okay, so let's put this closer here. Yep, this is it. Okay, so that's what I do with trend lines, but this is not the first thing that I start with. I start with volume. I want to understand the volume zones. So the first thing that I use is, well, not the first thing, the indicator that I use is the GS climatic volume. It's a free indicator, and we have a volume area here. I take the wicks. So, and I'm very detailed on this one. I just don't draw a rectangle. No, I'm very precise. I take the low. The low is 770. So it's 770. And the high is 829.5. 829.5. 829. Okay, so I go here. Again, I cannot remember the figures. So 771, 771, and this is 29.5, just to make sure. 29.5, yes. And I have templates, and this is the volume for the daily. Okay, so this is a volume area. Now the price is within the volume. Okay, usually this is a very interesting area. Now the volume is going up. Normally if I catch the volume, this is interesting. Now the volume area is within a buying order block. See, this is a buying order block here. Okay. And I get distracted by the findings, and I shouldn't. This is something that I need to learn, to draw everything and then start analysis. I can't stop myself from analyzing every time I find something. So this is it for the volume. The next thing that I see, if there are any new supply or demand areas that I need to look at. Not really, not in this one. I already have the OB, the order block here, and I think we need to wait for the next candle. If this candle, see, and this is the pivots. Forget it, I'm going to analyze. I'm not going to analyze. So the next thing that I look at, support and resistance. I take my hints on support and resistance from the pivots. The pivots is an indicator. Pivots traditional auto. This is the one that I use, and the settings that I use here. Type is traditional. Pivots time frame is auto. Number of pivots back is 1, just to take the last one. Because if I put others, the whole screen will be full of pivot data. I check this one, use daily based values. I check that, and labels, I put them on the right. That's it. So I take my hint on support and resistance from the pivots. So the price is here. This is another. What? This is a volume area, but what is this? This is a volume area which I need to take away. Okay. And this is a buying. This is a buying. Let me check. Yes, this is a buying order block. This is how I put supply and demand areas. Let's look back here if there are any. Well, there is. That's not a demand area really. That's not a demand area because the peak did not break the previous peak, so it's not. Okay. So this is a demand area for me because it broke the closing, especially the closing broke the previous peak. Not by much, but it broke it. So it qualifies to be an order block or a demand area. So next is supply and demand. My hints are in the pivots. Is there one here? Let's check. Let's check. Let's check. Well, there is. See, there is resistance. There are resistance areas, but I cannot see it respects support. It respects resistance. And this is something else that I distinguish. In the academia of support and demand, support and resistance, they say a support becomes resistance. That is true in general, but I think that not every support is a resistance and vice versa. I think that sometimes we will have an area of support which is not really respecting resistance and vice versa, an area of resistance which does not really act as a good support. So I'm in this area here and we have a bullish candle and we have volume, okay, and we have demand area, but is that going to be, is there resistance? It's a good support area, but it's not a good resistance area. Let's see. Is it a good resistance area? Is it a good resistance? Let's draw the line. Let's draw the line. Not this one, no. No, not this one. Not this one. Oops. Not this one. I'm going to use another line. Let's see if not rated horizontal line. Let's see this. And I want it here. Yes. Okay. And let's have it style. Let's have it black. Okay. Is this, see this, it wasn't a good resistance, didn't respect it here. It retested this as support, but then it broke it. It broke it as resistance, no respect. Retesting, no respect here. No respect here. No respect here. It's really this line. It's not this line. In my point of view, this is not a very well respected area. So, no, other than this support area, which it bounced off it into the volume area. There are no support and resistance area in the region that I need to take into consideration. So finished with the supply and demand, finished with the volume, the support and resistance. Now we move into the Fibonacci retracement. This is what I drew. So it's an uptrend. Now it went very deep, way below the 618 level, and now it's going up with this volume area, which it did not go below it. We have a bounce from support. So and then we have this very funny channel. It is very funny, very funny channel, because I feel that I want to draw it, but but it's not really a channel. Okay, so we have, if it broke above this volume area and this trend line and the 618 level, then we might find an uptrend. Okay, the price going up on the daily. So this is an area of consideration. Now, is there an ABC? I think there is. So let's look at this ABC, A, B, C. Now this is another area where it can go to. If it reached this price, then it is more likely that it will bounce off it up. But I feel that this is not going to be the case. I feel that this is going up. Let me check another extension, another Fibonacci extension, which is what? Let's see here. It's not really very clear that we have one. It's like, no. We have A, B. Let's see this AB. Let's see this A, B. The next, this is saying that this will go down. This is the C. It will go down to this support area. I don't think so. Okay, I'm going to put them, I'm going to keep them here, those two, for future reference, in case the price really went there, so as to take note of it. But for now, I will be waiting for the price to break off the volume zone, the order block, and this. And I'll take it to this Fibonacci level, to the 382. Maybe I'll be conservative, but this is going to be really a very difficult call, because the stop will be below the line, so it's going to be a very large, a very distant stop. So next, now I'm finished with my drawing. Now it's time for the analysis. I'm going to show you here that I'm using Tradingview for free. So the Tradingview for free gives you the, it allows you only for 2 indicators at a time to be on, to be plotted. So I always have the pivots on. So I have one more just to go. So the first thing I look at are the 4 EMAs. I have the 20, 50, 100 and 200 with these colors. So I have the 200 here, which can act as resistance. The 20 crossed the 50, which means it's more of bearish, and I'm thinking of, if it broke above this, it's a buy. But then we have resistance very close by with the 200 EMA, and then we have here the 100 exactly at the border of the next resistance, the 100 EMA, and we have this crossing. All of these are against buying. Those are bearish. So shall we wait for it to go up here and then move down? Then we're talking about a continuous downward trend, but that would mean that the dollar is getting stronger. From the index, we are, or I am, expecting that the dollar is going to get weaker. If the dollar got weaker, that means it's going up. If the dollar is getting stronger, it's going to these areas. So we might see getting stronger, getting weaker to reach this resistance here, or this resistance here, and then going back. I don't know, maybe. So this is the next thing. I close that and go to the next indicator, which is the RSI divergence. RSI, do we have any information here? We have, and it went out of the oversold, and this bottom here and this bottom here, we have kind of divergence, bullish divergence here. We have this peak here, which is talking about a bearish hidden divergence. So we have contradicting divergences on the RSI. It's below 50, which means it's bearish. It might go up, and if it went up, it agrees with the fact that it might go up just for the 200 EMA. The 200 EMA, at which price was it? See, I'm walking you through my process. So it's at 869, and today's price is 815. 869 is the 200. Okay. So this is it, actually. That's what I do. I write my notes here, and I do exactly the same on the 4 hour. Exactly the same on the 4 hour. There is something strange here. Okay. I do exactly the same here. Just 1 minute. I need to change the styling here to make it in the center. Okay. So this one I lost. This trade. This one that I lost. This I will not have here. Okay. And again this on the visibility I will not have here. Okay. I was with a bearish down look. So again, what I do is I do exactly the same thing. I repeat the process. I look for volume areas. There are no new ones. Let's see. This is now inside. Now with this inside and closing inside, wait a minute. This is closing inside. It's from 8:10 to 8:44. 8:10 to 8:44. It's today at 8. It's now at 8:15. 8:54. Could be. Delete this. It's bouncing off this trend line, so we might see there was a retest here of the volume. Okay, I will show you what I do on the hour, because the hour is, I do something different on the hour. First, I look on Tradingview. The 15-minute pivots are the 1 hour. So I look at the pivots of the 15-minute because they represent the 1 hour for a very unknown reason. And it's between 8:08 and 8:24. It needs to break one of those, so there is not a real opportunity anywhere. On the 1 hour, I look at one other indicator only on the 1 hour. It's called the Eco Forecast from LuxAlgo, and it gives me on the 1 hour where the price is going in the future. It's horizontal. There is nothing much here. So there is no real opportunity. There is nothing to look at in the Euro USD now, and I was right in saying I will wait for a price movement. Same, it doesn't work here. Well, in my point of view, it doesn't. The LuxAlgo doesn't work in other time frames. It needs to be from the 1 hour downward. It doesn't work on higher time frames. So I think that on the Euro USD we need to wait to see what's going to happen here. Okay, so this is what I do. This is how I use Tradingview for free, and I look at, if you want to calculate them, there are 10 indicators that I look at. Yeah, 10, 11, something like that. So I look at volume, count with me, volume, supply and demand, support and resistance, Fibonacci retracement, the pivot points, trend lines, EMAs, RSI, MACD. I didn't show you how I look at it, and the Eco. So we are looking at 10. Yeah, 10. Let me show you on the MetaTrader. On the MetaTrader. On the MetaTrader. This is the MACD. I look at the MACD on the MetaTrader. I think it represents more. But what is this? This is the US. This is the JPY. I don't want the JPY. I want the Euro USD. And I want to look at the daily. Where is the MACD? Here is the MACD. Okay. So here is the MACD. On the Euro USD, it is going down on the daily. Now on the 4 hour, yes, it is down, but the bearish momentum is decreasing. The bearish momentum is decreasing. If we look at the 1 hour, we see there is a bullish momentum being formulated, and this is what I look at. Okay, now looking at the 30 minute, we are seeing that it has formulated and it might be going down. So we might see a downtrend here. Yeah, back down on the M5. Okay. So these are the things that I look at. So this is going to be part of the new blog. I will be including this in the new investor diary blog, including a written explanation of what I do, how I use the indicators to look at buying and selling areas, and how I use TradingView for free, using 2 indicators at a time. Thank you very much, and see you in the next blog and in the next video. Bye bye.